All right, welcome back. This is the Overwatch Xbox community. Thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Swift63. I'll be your host. I'll be your voice. I'll be your camera for the preseason match, first preseason match in the rival tier between Team Paranoia and Solstice. Both teams been in the community here for a little while. I think this may be the first official match for Solstice. So pretty excited to get in. I know we're a little bit behind schedule, so we'll go ahead and just kind of jump right in while we go ahead and load it up. So first map tonight is going to be on Rialto. The second map is going to be Horizon Lunar Colony, and then the third map tonight is we're going to go ahead and close it out on King's Row. So no King of the Hill, but still pretty excited to get stuck right into this. The defending team, or excuse me, the red team on the right side of your screen is going to be Paranoia. Paranoia was one team last season. This season they've grown their ranks. Roster's improved a little bit. They've got two teams in the community this season, one at the rival tier, one at the challenger tier. So excited to see what these guys can do. The newcomers, so to speak, are going to be Solstice, the blue team, coming in. Don't know a whole lot about them. Excited to see them play. This is my first time casting any of these players, so pretty hyped. Here in the Overwatch Xbox community, we do play a best of 3 map pool, but we do play all 3 maps. So tonight, even if one team ends up winning the first 2, we are going to play King's Row, because in the regular season we do go by win differential at the end to determine tiebreakers. So if someone rolls every single week and has the same week wins as someone who splits every week, they're going to make it into the playoffs, obviously. So that is something. This is kind of an opportunity to feel out the format for some of these new teams and for the old teams to shake off the rust, so to speak. You can see the defense starting to take shape. Solstice setting up here on the bridge, to be expected. Team comp looks pretty standard. The only difference here is Polar on the Ana. So left to right, you see Kyojin, team captain here, running the Hanzo, Polar running Ana, and then the half-inch hero running Zarya. So that name's going to give me trouble all night. Alien is running the Mercy for him. They got the Barrier Shield and the Reinhardt from Logic, and the Decay running Pharah. So to be expected, they're going to push in here for the attack. Left to right, Steven on Lucio, Blake Mist running Diva, Little Devil on that Hanzo, and then you see OBG. You know what? Galoo running the Pharah. So a little Pharah on Pharah Crime with Raven the Wolf on Mercy and Vexide running Winston. So not wasting any time, Pharah starts pushing right in. Ooh. Jilu starts to try and take up an aggressive position, but the Ana on the defense is going to force him to back up, take cover behind the walls. Tries to pick an air battle here with DK. Missing a lot of rockets here. Battle on the ground does see Vexide go insanely deep, and he gets dropped in the backline by a half-inch hero. So the attack not backing off here is going to continue to push through man down, and they're going to even the odds. DK goes down, drops in the Pharah battle, but the attack's going to back off. Dragons from Kyojin. That's an early Dragon's going to come out. It's going to go ahead and demech Blake Mist. Split the attack a little bit. You see, I was about to say, Jaloo up in the air, trying to pick a fight with that Ana, and Polar, that's not a fight he's going to win very often. Steven trying to take a position on the point, does go down to half-inch hero, and it looks like the defense is going to force the attack to completely regroup. That's a rough stagger. So they're going to go ahead and take out Blake Mist as the baby diva and just whittle this time down. A couple of ults to speak about for the defense. They've already got Nano. Dragons was used already in Kyojin, 70% to another one. And they've got Valk and Grav. So wouldn't be surprised to see Grav Dragons come out here in just a second. I say that as Logic goes ahead and gets shattered. For the attack, not a whole lot in the way of ults. 95. You hear the Valkyrie come out from Raven the Wolf right now, so they're going to push in right here. Steven does have Sound Barrier in his back pocket here. Nano comes out on Logic. He's going to try and get a little aggressive here. Doesn't seem to get a whole lot from it, but that's okay. With a Reinhardt in front of him, Polar's going to charge that Nano pretty quickly. Little Devil has Sound Barrier comes out from Steven just to try and take up an aggressive position on Cart. There's the Grav, Rocket Barrage, and Dragons. And that's going to just completely wipe the attack here. Overkill's underrated, says Solstice. So they're going to go ahead and push them back, and that's a little unfortunate because the attack invested both of their support ult to try and take that point. You see they don't have Sound Barrier, they don't have Valkyrie either. Little Devil's going to go back to spawn, maybe change it up a little bit. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and swap over to Widow. So they're going to run the Widow Pharah here. Pharah does have... Whew. Diva Bomb comes out, drops 2, and that's big. Alien goes down to the backline. They're not going to have res to keep this defense alive. Looks like Polar doing everything he can just to stay alive as the Lucio is just hunting him down. They're going to go and give up that chase. Reinhardt does drop Vexside with the aggressive pin, and I think it was the right call. Let's see if the defense go ahead and give the second point. Rez is going to come out and pick up DK, so they should be back at full strength here pretty quickly. The attack is giving them the bridge. They're going to let the defense set up on bridge. Fat shatter from Vexside is going to drop half-inch hero. DK goes down in the rocket battle. Barrage comes out on bridge. Nano comes out on logic, and that's important because that's not where I wanted to go. The Nano now, this is the new Nano, so it grants 300 health immediately, and that just allows logic to just go as deep as he wants right there. He starts to go ham on the back line, gets a few kills, D-Mex the Diva. The res comes back on Polar, and the defense is going to hold this thing with 1.5 meters to 0.1. Right when I thought they were going to have some time to breathe, the defense sets up shop and shuts it down. 5 seconds left. They got to get a body on point. Vexside gets stopped by the sleep dart, but Steven comes in from behind. So they're going to push this into overtime. Vexside goes down pretty quickly, but DK gets traded on the backside. Rez comes out, picks up Vexside, so this is a 6-on-5 on point. Sound barrier for the attack. And it looks like they're going to... Are they going to be able to boop them off here? Force this half an inch forward in AR. So just the fight breaks out. Dragon's in the back. Doesn't get anybody. Kyojin gives his life for it. And it looks like the attack's going to be able to rally and push this thing through. Big shout out to Steven pushing through while everybody was distracted with the Reinhardt charge. Put a little baby toe on point and forcing this into overtime. Sometimes that's what it's all about. Keeping the team alive. So... yeah, Paranoia is going to start to kind of just inch this thing along, maybe a little timid, a little tepid. They're not going to take up an aggressive position. You see the Genji up top, maybe peeking, trying to get a cheeky kill, but he's focusing on logic. Nano comes out on the Reinhardt. He starts swinging that hammer like a maniac, but Diva Bomb again. The equalizer in this fight drops 2 in the backline. Polar does get picked up, but Alien's going to give his life for it, and the Blade's going to put Polar back right in the grave. So... a lot of ults invested from the attack, but they did get the Nano from the defense. Shatter and Grav still online for Solstice, and DK swapped over to McCree at some point. I missed that completely after the first point. He's already got Deadeye, so wouldn't be surprised to see Shatter Deadeye, maybe even Grav Dragons here. Kyojin 80%. Little Devil gets a cheeky pick on Kyojin in the backline. They're probably going to res it, but that means... And the Shatter comes out from Vexside. Half-inch hero just melting down that Diva, but Little Devil makes him pay for it with his life. The attack just rolling along, this whole fight taking place so far from the cart that they didn't lose any speed. Jilu over here with Barrage, looking for a cheeky spot. Going to try and get in on the back line here, see what he can't do, and just melt that enemy Zenyatta, possibly even the Mercy. Big thing he's got to check on, though, is DK on that... And no problem there. He's going to go ahead and take out the one thing that could have stopped him. Picks up 2 kills there. Kyojin and Half-Inch Hero both go down. Little Devil putting in work. Polar swapped over to the Zenyatta. Gets stuck on a banister and may not be able to get out alive. Dragons from Spawn's going to try and just force the attack off the point. It's not... Is it going to be enough? It might be. Kyojin swaps over to the Tracer. Alien, caught in no man's land, somehow makes it out with his life. And the defense, in what I didn't think was possible, is going to be able to stabilize on this third point. 1.5 meters to go, and Logic still has that Shatter in his back pocket. The attack, not a whole lot to speak of. They invested just about everything to try and get that last point. Vexside could charge Shatter pretty quickly, depending on how aggressive he is here. So we're going to go ahead and keep an eye on him. Pushing back in here, 60 seconds on the clock, 1.5 meters to go. Everything to play for, set the tone for this entire series. That was confusing. Vexside completely turns around and then then whips it back, maybe to try and bait the opposing Shatter. I'm not sure. The res is going to come out. It's going to go ahead and pick up Vexside as 3 members of the attack go down. Yeah, Raven the Wolf does give his life as well. Vexside's the only one left on point. 30 seconds left, plenty of time to mount a final push. We'll see if they have it in them here. Not a whole lot of ults to speak of here for the attack. Pulse Grenade is available for Kyojin, 85% from Alien on Valkyrie. So they should be able to hold here. DK 80% to Dragons. We'll see how this shakes out. Big one you want to keep an eye on is Jilu, 90% excuse me, to Barrage. So if he's able to charge this quickly enough, could put this whole point to bed. Dragons comes out on point, takes out 2. Backdoor Barrage, though, is not going to get any value. And this attack may be dead in the water as the Shatter comes out. Phew. Yeah. Looks like that'll be all they need. Not too surprised, third point. Third point Rialto can be a real pain. They did get it a good distance, so Solstice is going to look to rebound here shortly. Couple of swaps for Paranoia really allowed them to kind of push through and take that final point, or excuse me, push through first point, second point. Stalled out a little bit on third, but I think their momentum definitely carried them through Streets phase. I'm interested to see if they run some of those same characters here. The Genji, I think, was super effective. Yeah, it looks like these lineups are going to start to get set here. Yeah, Solstice looks like they're going to run pretty much the same comp they had this last time around. Depending on what DK played, we saw him start out on Pharah and then rolled over to McCree, which I think was the right pick. The defense, yeah, Paranoia. What are we thinking here? What are we thinking? Yeah, okay. So Steven's going to start out on Zenyatta this time around instead of the Lucio. So Steven running the Zenyatta, I want you to note that there is no 5 in his name. He was giving me a hard time earlier trying to track him down on Xbox. But Steven's going to start out on Zenyatta, Blake Mist running the Diva form, Little Devil on Hanzo, Raven the Wolf back on the Mercy, OBG running the Pharah, and then Vexside back on that Reinhardt. I really like the way Vexside plays his Reinhardt. High risk, high reward. I definitely think it helped them out there, but there were a couple times that may have been a little too hyper aggressive, especially early on when he was on the Winston. But definitely create enough space for his DPS to work. For the attack, looking at, I assume this lineup will hold. DK and Kyojin running the DPS they were running last time. So Pharah Hanzo for the DPS, Polar on the Zenyatta, half-inch hero running Zarya again. It's an absolute monster, and then Alien running the Mercy for him. TRLX Logic on Reinhardt, so a little more Reinhardt on Reinhardt crime from both teams here. Early pick comes out, damage boosted OBG, drops DK in the back. And they're going to go ahead and res it. Try and get him back in this fight here. DK wasting no time. Goes right at OBG. Taking that air battle. Logic goes down on the ground here. So no main tank, no barrier tank for the attack. And as OBG loses the air battle to the other Pharah. DK putting in work, does get pushed out of position by Blake Mist, who takes him out of the fight, but then Blake Mist loses his mech for us. So you got a baby diva here. Just funneling damage downrange, trying to get mech back. The attack, ooh, it's a big pick. Kyojin drops Blake Mist in the back, but Little Devil takes out Kyojin. So 5-on-5 here, but Spawn definitely favors the attack. Pin in from Vexside is going to catch Logic, but big shatter from Vexside is going to take out Logic. So drop that barrier tank for the attack. They're going to go ahead and just take this cart. That's going to be a full regroup for the attack here. No swaps yet. Actually, I lied to you all. There is a swap. Polar swaps over to the Ana. Kyojin back on that. Already has Dragons. They do have... Yep. Dragons comes out from the defense. I don't really know what they were trying to accomplish there. They did effectively split the attack, but no follow-up to really make that a reality. Grav comes out. Kyojin throws Dragons at it. This is going to be a couple of kills pretty easily. Does D-Mech and then take out Blake Mist. The trance from the defense attempts to hold off, but too much damage coming in from DK with those Dragons. just finishes everyone up. It is important to note, as of the most recent patch, you can't damage boost dragons anymore, but good old-fashioned right trigger does the work for you. Nobody's on the cart right yet. Nobody's on the cart right now. OBG getting in on the back line here. It's a big Diva Bomb. It's going to go ahead and catch Alien right out of position. Tries to Guardian Angel away, but just can't get there. Fight breaking out all over the place. But it looks like the defense is going to be able to stabilize, force them back. Minute 30 on the clock. Shatter and Barrage to speak of for the attack. Defense, not a whole lot going for him. OBG does have Barrage on his side, so I would definitely look to see if he's going to try and flank around. He's really been a fan of those flanks so far this game. Polar gets dropped, did swap back over to the Zenyatta, picks him up with the res. No res available for the attack as they come in on this fight. Ooh. OBG wins the air battle on DK and flanks around behind. Barrage comes back. Comes out in the back, takes out Polar. Logic does go down as well from the attack as the pin comes in from Vexide, tries to catch half-inch Hero out of position. Looks like he may get out with his life here. Yeah, the attack's going to back off here. Vexide did what he could. They did also invest Valkyrie on that fight. "30 seconds on the clock here. Logic still holding on to that Shatter. I'd really look for him to create a position here. Shatter comes out in the back from Vexide, catches Alien. Ult's coming out from both sides. Logic shatters, does catch. Ooh, that's a big Transcendence. Used offensively here to just stabilize on the point, but recognizing Logic caught 2 in the Shatter, is able to keep the team alive. Only 3 on point, while all 5 coming back from the defense. You see OBG getting in on the back line here. Grav comes out from the attack. Dragon's going to try and follow this up, but did it get eaten? It got eaten. Oh, and maybe the play of the game. Blake Mist is going to eat Dragons and just completely shut that Grav Dragons down. Diva Bomb catches Logic out of position there. Might try and res it here. Now, Vexide drops Shatter. Doesn't catch anybody in it. Damage coming out from both sides. Solstice doing what they can, just try and keep a body on point. Logic gets rezzed. He's going to start swinging that hammer. Does take out Little Devil here. Raven the Wolf on the Valk doing what they can to try and push this thing through. Yep. So we're going to go ahead and get this through. Looks like, yep. Just making sure our spectators are only able to see the appropriate team. In the Overwatch Xbox community, any member of the team is allowed to spectate the game. We just make sure they're restricted, only see their own team. Can't have any stream snipers on here with us, so not that anybody would do that. We've had a great crew here. So Solstice is going to take the first point much in the same way that Paranoia did. Down to the wire, really brawled it out, forced it onto overtime. They're going to come to this first corner here. A couple of ults in their pocket. They have Shatter, they've got Grav, they've got Transcendence. The defense, OBG with Barrage again. Just peppering the backline with rockets is going to take down Alien. So no primary healer for the defense. Ooh, may have been a questionable choice. Does try and get the backline Barrage, but Polar said not today, not up in here. Drops OBG mid Barrage, but Raven the Wolf's there to pick him back up. So both teams at full strength here. I lied to you. Little Devil's down, so this is a 5v6 favoring the attack. We'll see if they recognize and push in with their aggression. Ooh, that's a huge Shatter. Gonna go ahead and pin in, catch Vexide out of position there. The Grav came out, didn't get a whole lot of value, but it did enough to create space for him. Fight starts to break out on the point here. Visor from Kyojin on the high ground. He does abandon the high ground pretty quickly to just start hunting down his opponents. He does lose his life in the middle of it, but the team's there to clean this thing up for him. They invest the res. They pick DK up, who'd swapped over to the Hanzo. DK's going to go ahead and push forward for him. Little Devil swaps over for the defense to that Genji that was so effective last time around. Ooh. Ooh, OBG with a massive rocket barrage. Drops 3 with 20 seconds left on the clock. The defense answers in kind with a team kill. And it's going to force the attack to do a little bit of soul searching here, figure out what they need to do, get this thing over the finish line. 2 meters left for this thing to go. 8 seconds on the clock. I don't know if they'll have enough time to get here. Reinhardt is so close. He's not going to get there. Yep. Oof. That is unfortunate. That's got to be a heartbreaker. Oh, buddy. Impressive games all around. Really like to see these guys play back and forth, tug of war the entire time. So we're gonna go ahead and check in with both captains. We're gonna see if there's any swaps, any subs that need to come out. While we do that, I do want to remind everybody this is the Overwatch Xbox community. If you're new here, please join our Discord. Link should be down below. Follow the channel. Check out our main channel, OXC Gaming, at twitch.tv. I'm going to check in with the captains. Next map on the docket is going to be Horizon. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. It is going to be Horizon Lunar Colony. So give me just a second here. Double check with the captains. Make sure there's no swaps. And I will be right back.
Does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch
All right, welcome back. So the second map for this series is going to be Horizon Lunar Colony. We've gotten the green light and the go-ahead from both team captains with the team rosters, so we are going to go ahead and just get right in this. The important thing to note here is we do swap sides for the Overwatch Xbox community from each map. So attackers and defenders are going to trade places. We're going to go ahead and get this set up. So this time around, we've got Paranoia on the blue team with Solstice running the red team. So this map has gone through a few system changes, a few reworks, if you will. You can remember that in its original iteration, it was super heavily favored for the attackers. You've gotten a little bit of changes, a little bit of swaps here, make it a little more favorable for the defenders now. Well, I shouldn't say favorable for the defenders. It's more even. So I'm interested to see what these teams run. Both teams are gonna. You see a lot of high ground comps, a lot of dive. If these comps hold, I wouldn't be surprised to see Little Devil run the Widowmaker. Couple of things staying the same here. Looks like Logic and Vexside both running the Reinhardt. I think that's probably the right call here. I don't mind Reinhardt. Winston plays really well, but both those guys killing it on the Rein. Few changes, though, for the defense. So Steven's going to run primary heals for him on that Mercy, and then Just Sad subbing in here is going to run the Zenyatta for him. OBG starting off on Junkrat. Little Devil's going to go ahead and stick with the Widow, and Blake Miss back on the Diva. The attack seems stable. Might be running kind of a triple support, triple tank. Not surprised. I would honestly expect them to just run right through the low ground straight to point. So Kyojin running Moira, Polar on the Brigitte, and then Alien on Lucio to round out the supports, and then half-inch Hero back on that Zarya, Logic on the Reinhardt, obviously, and DK running Diva for him. So we'll see if any of this changes as they get in here. Whew. Junkrat Trap catches half-inch Hero, but the team's there to back him up. Hard shield and barriers all around. They're going to push right through left side, straight onto the point. Backdoor pin's going to go ahead and drop Alien, so 5v6 right out of the gate. OBG gets a little deep on that Junkrat, but somehow gets out of there with his life. Kills start to go the way of Paranoia here as the kill feed turns blue. Yeah, half-inch Hero. Half-inch Hero and DK, the only ones left on point here, and both of them are going to go down pretty quickly. So the defense able to hold, rotates around properly. They did divide themselves to attack from two sides. Pretty excited to see this go down. You see OBG in the top corner of your screen there. Is going to take up an aggressive position with Little Devil behind the barrier on that Widowmaker. Few swaps coming in from the attack. Kyojin off the Moira over to McCree. Polar off Brigitte over to Zenyatta. And then Alien is going to change from Lucio over to Mercy. And then DK is going to swap over to the Junkrat. Junkrat Tire comes out. It's going to go ahead and drop half-inch Hero. They do have the res now, so I wouldn't be surprised if they can go ahead and res it. Little Devil thinking the same thing is going to take up a position, try and contest, but hard shield from Logic is going to prevent that. They do break barrier, though, so coming in here, they don't have the barrier. Little Devil putting in work on the back line. As that happens, Alien and half-inch Hero both go down. Shatter comes out from Logic, and they're going to just hunt down both supports from the defending team. So Solstice, only Widowmaker left alive to try and stall this out. Ooh, projected barrier comes out of nowhere and just saves Kyojin's head, keeps that thing from exploding. We're going to go ahead and pop walls and then drop immediately. So the defending team's got vision. It's not going to help them. Paranoia is going to take first point. Plenty of time left on the clock, 5:45 to go. They're going to try and push in here. Half-inch Hero leading the charge. Full charge Zarya, nothing to scoff at. A little game of cat and mouse happening here between half-inch Hero and OBG. OBG lobbing grenades into the back line. Just trading damage, building ult charge. Tire's going to come out. Ooh, gets 3 in the back, and this push should be dead on arrival. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and claim up Polar on the Zenyatta, who was expecting to push in with the rest of his team before that Junkrat Tire had something else to say about it. So the attack coming back in here, they did get shut down by that Junkrat tire, but excuse me, the Rip tire. But they got a lot going for them here. They still have a few ults in their back pocket. They've got Deadeye, they've got Grav, they've got Valkyrie, and they're gonna have Shatter here in just a second. The defense, not a whole lot to speak of, but they do have that Transcendence. Just Sad running the Zenyatta. So the attack really needs to recognize that and make sure Zenyatta is their #1 priority. DK goes down to OBG, immediately gets rezzed back up. Blake Mist loses his mech before this fight even breaks out. You hear the Valkyrie come out from Alien, try and force his team through this choke, but you're not going to win that damage war with the Zenyatta, Zenyatta, Hanzo, Junkrat just funneling damage into you. Big OBG drops his opponents. Junkrat tire. Trance does come out, try and help stabilize the defense here on the point. Looks like it's going to work. The attack, a little split here, a couple on the high ground, a couple on the low ground. Dragons comes out on the high ground. It's going to take out 2. DK, Polar, both go down. But more importantly, it forces Kyojin out of position. He's nowhere near this fight to be helpful because the Dragons just completely zones him out. Half-inch hero stuck in no man's land, gets his Mercy killed. Yeah, and that's a full team wipe. They're going to be forced to regroup here, but unfortunately they are staggered, so that's probably about 30, 45 seconds off the clock while they get their whole team together. Still have Shatter, still have Trance, and they still have still have Deadeye in their back pocket. The defense, nothing to really stop that Deadeye. They do have Valkyrie, and they got the Rip tire from OBG, but if he can get in position up here on this high ground, really bully him off, make that worth. This could be nights out. You hear the tire come out from OBG. Again, trying to find spot in the backline. DK takes it out. Little Devil on the hunt here. Takes out DK in the backline. It's going to go right in on the supports. Drops Polar. Shatter from Vex side catches 2, and looks like the defense is going to be able to go ahead and clean this up. Half-inch hero gets dropped, staggered just a little bit trying to get out. And a pretty convincing hold from Paranoia. Alright, coming back in here, the attack looks pretty stacked. They've got Trance, they've got Grav. Deadeye's still in their pocket. They do have Shatter this time, but again, it's taken them a while to get through this choke. Trance is already charged up. So, Polar pops Trance, keep his team alive through the Dragons there. They're not going to have it for this push. Ult's starting to come out on both sides for him here. Ooh, Kyojin goes down with Deadeye in his pocket. Trance comes out for the defense. Just Sad trying to keep everybody topped off here. Grav, the Discord Orb and the Junkrat just made quick work of everything caught in that Grav. Mercy's going to go ahead and be able to pick up Just Sad, so both supports alive here for the defense. I don't know. They're going to just try and put a body on point here. Deadeye comes out. It's going to go ahead and drop drop the Mercy. That's what they needed it to do. Little Devil forcing the Zenyatta off the high ground as the fight breaks out on point. Kills. Little split here. The defense obviously has the advantage with the respawn time. Oh no! And they lose track of Logic. Logic just stands firm on the point with shield up. Gets about 20% on the point that he probably had no business getting. The defense just focusing down other targets. Lost track of him. Left the point. Stopped contesting. And he's able to get it through the second tick. Pushing it up to 82%. So 60 seconds on the clock. They're going to try and push in here. They've got Shatter and Rip tire in their pocket. And Polar just finished charging Trance. The defense, not a whole lot to do about it. Ooh, that Rip tire is going to force them to kill a lot of time. They're going to go ahead and push in here, try and be aggressive, not allow them to... Yep, that's a big stagger. So they're not going to allow Solstice to get their feet under them. It's going to drop Logic, who is a little out of position, maybe trying to push in off the opponent Rip tire, but they're going to lose a lot of time here. 20 seconds left, not a whole lot for them. Valkyrie comes out just to try and keep everyone topped off as they push into this point finally. An aggressive pin from Vexside is going to catch Logic out of position. Ooh, big block. Vexside catches literally catches the Diva Bomb with shield. And they never pushed on to point. The attack was so focused on trying to make sure they stayed alive, they never actually pushed forward and touched point to force overtime. So maybe a little bit of a miscalculation there, but definitely a strong showing. Now they're going to just have to hold it. No ties coming out tonight. Interesting to note that they did try, Solstice did try the kind of the GOATS comp, so to speak. First, didn't work. They swapped back to what they run so effectively. They let OBG run the projectile. They let the rest of their team shine, and it worked out way better for them. So I'm interested to see what Paranoia does here. I want to see if they run GOATS or they stick to a little more traditional. We'll see. Alright, so the defense taking shape here. Ooh. Yeah, it looks like they're going to go ahead and stick with this. So Kyojin's going to start out on Reaper. I haven't seen Reaper played yet by either team, so maybe expecting a GOATS comp, expecting tank heavy. Wants to have that Reaper to just shred down, paired with the Discord Orb from Polaire. So not a bad idea. It's definitely super expected on this map. The rest of the team lineup looks pretty much unchanged. Half-inch Hero running this Zarya, Alien on Mercy, and then Logic running that Reinhardt. DK has yet to pick, but I wouldn't be surprised if he runs some sort of projectile DPS, probably even the Junkrat. He's been incredibly effective on the Junkrat up to now. The attack, pretty standard. We've seen this before. Double Sniper, Little Devil on Widow, OBG running Hanzo, and they're pairing it with triple tank. So Blake Mist running the Diva yet again. Just Sads showing some range, swapping off support and over to tank to run the Roadhog for him, while Vexside and Steven stay on Reinhardt and Mercy respectively. They're going to push in. They're going to try and just set up Little Devil here on the Mercy, on the Widow to take the Mercy. And they're putting a lot of emphasis on their... ooh, big. So Alien goes down in the backline. They lose their Mercy off the Fire Strike Widow combo. But Kyojin just goes to work. Looks like it's just another day for him. He's going to go ahead and drop 2. Steven goes down in the backline. D-Mex, Blake missed. And without their one and only support, the attack's going to be forced to regroup a little bit here. Although caught peeking, Polar does go down to OBG's Hanzo. So it's the right thing to be doing as the Hanzo. As the Zenyatta, you really don't want to play that game of chicken. You're going to lose it every time. So far, no comp subs from either side. One thing you want to look at, 70% already to Death Blossom, 70% to Transcendence for the defense. Charging those ults like crazy. Little Devil with a huge pick off Half-Inch Hero. They're going to probably res it. Yeah, I hear the res coming in. So Half-Inch Hero comes back, but they're going to start this fight without it. Big shatter. He's going to go ahead and catch Logic and Kyojin in the backline. DJ doing what he can. Does go down to his mirror on the backside. OBG putting in work. Yeah. Alien's going to try and put a body on point, just stall this out a little while longer for the rest of her team. Doesn't last long by herself. Couple of ults for both sides. Valkyrie is available for the attack. The defense is going to have Death Blossom here, and they've already got Transcendence. So I'm going to look out for that. DK just had the Dragons come online, so with Half-Inch Hero only 10% away, I'd really look for Grab Dragons, just shut down whatever push they try to put in. See OBG and Little Devil setting up on the low ground here, trying to get a better angle since the defense is set up on the high ground. Vexside's going to go ahead and take up a position at the bottom of the stairs. Ooh. Little Devil rotates all the way around to the left side, drops Polar, gets the headshot on DK, starts popping heads left and right. Blake Mist pushes onto the point. Dragons comes out from the side. Logic hung out to dry on point. He's going to have his barrier broken. Kyojin does what he can. Trance comes out. Ooh. Yeah. Kills from both sides. Death Blossom from Kyojin, but the Hanzo just says not up in here. Grav does come out from the defense here. Logic just starts swinging away. Does drop the Zen. Go ahead and... Oh my god! Nobody is contesting Lil Devil up here on the high ground, and he is just raining down death from above. Catches Kyojin on that Tracer. Dragons comes out from DK, but DK immediately gets his head exploded when he pops out from around the corner. Unbelievable. Kills coming in from the high ground, and bit of a messy fight on point, but got to keep eyes on the high ground. Junkrat does get the yeah, this is going to be that triple kill. Oh no, I was expecting that to be the triple kill with the Junkrat tire, but I was mistaken. So great maps. So we're going to go ahead, and the third and final map of the night is going to be King's Row. So just going to check in with the team captains real quick, make sure there's no swaps, no subs, nothing that needs to come out from either side, and then we'll be right back with you. More high-octane gameplay.
Every single thing we see curated, it's overrated. These expectations, they keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend, honey, I'm a perfect 10.
All right, and we're back. So we've got the teams set. We've got both subs swapped in. We're going to go ahead and get right into this. Kings Row, third and final map. Paranoia has already locked up the week, but can Solstice take one for them? Walk away with more than just their pride. In the regular season, stealing a win from a team, especially when they may have playoff hopes in mind, maybe on the bubble, can really change their trajectory throughout the season. So definitely important. You always want to play for all three maps. We did swap sides again, so we're gonna see the attack and defense change. Solstice coming in for the defense now, and Paranoia being the early aggressors. I'd be really interested if these lineups hold. No Widowmaker on either side, especially seeing as how Widowmaker was run so effectively by Little Devil this last time around. But yeah, it looks like these are going to hold. So Kyojin is just going to go ahead and start out on that on that McCree this time around. Polar running the Zenyatta. Half-inch Hero swapping off Zarya and over to Roadhog, and Raining Pills on Mercy for him. Raining Pills subbing in for this map. Logic's going to slide off of the Reinhardt and play Zarya, and then Lame Saw Spot, who also subbed in this round, is going to run Reinhardt. So tank-heavy comp on the defense. They're going to be leaning on Kyojin primarily, with Polar backing him up for that range damage. They're also going to be playing pretty heavily around the Roadhog hook, so Half-inch Hero is going to really need to step up. For the attack, this lineup looks like it is going to hold. They're going to run Little Devil on the Bastion, Raven the Wolf on Mercy. Yeah, Beast in the Making is going to run Orisa. I like this. They're going to... Never mind. As soon as I say it, they swap their comp entirely. So Little Devil on Hanzo, Just Sad Reacts on the Zen, OBG running Pharah for him, Vexide on the Zarya. Beast in the Making subbed in this last time around, is going to go ahead and start off for him on the Reinhardt. So Rein on Rein Crime. These are two new Reinhardts for both teams, and they're wasting no time at all. Going to go ahead and push right through that first choke. Fight breaks out on point. Damage being traded both sides. No kills yet to speak of. Ooh, Storm Arrow almost catches Lame Saw Spot. You see Half-inch Heroes just going hunting over here in the back line. He's going to catch the pocketed Zarya. Is just not going to die. Half-inch Hero lands the hook, starts funneling damage, but it's not going to be enough. While he did go down, looks like his team was able to step up and secure the rest of the kills. Solstice is going to repel the first attack from Paranoia, and in doing so, they have Shatter and Valkyrie in their back pocket. Kyojin just a couple of percentage points away from having that Deadeye, and it comes online right now. So the attack, not a whole lot to speak of. They've got Dragons in their pocket, and Raven's about 10% away from having the Valk. Jester, I see you in chat, man. I'm just trying to keep up with all this spicy action. Dragon's going to come out from the attack. Little Devil pushes in Dragons. Raven pops Valkyrie on the backline, just try and funnel heals into Hotel. Shatter from the attack, but the backline Deadeye is going to go ahead and drop OPG. Just sad facts. They're two down here? Yeah, it looks like this is a 5v3. While the kills are coming out from both sides, it looks like the defense is going to be able to stabilize and repel Paranoia's attack yet again. That's unfortunate. They invested a lot there. They used Dragons, although Little Devil's 65% to another one, Shatter and Valkyrie. That said, OBG does have Barrage, and it looks like he's taking up a point on this high ground. Try and find some space for it. And Vexide's got Grab, so wouldn't be surprised to see Grab Barrage come out here. There it is. And that's going to take out both. Ooh, the hook from Half-inch Hero. Had an opportunity to be the hero there, and the hook just goes wide. Oof. And it looks like Paranoia is going to be able to go ahead and take point 1 and get this cart moving along. Had to invest a lot, took them a little while to find their footing, but able to do it. Dragons comes out from the attack, is going to drop Kyojin in the back line, force the Reinhardt into the little hotel here, into Tavern, and it just becomes a kill box. Both Logic and Lame Sauce go down inside that Tavern. Whole time, cart's being just walked along here. Beast in the making, just sad, setting up shop on top of the cart, forcing it to push through. So they're going to gain a lot of space here on Streets phase. Looks like the defense is going to set up right in front of the final choke. Prepare for this final battle. Oof. Little Devil gets a huge pick on Raining Pills in the backline. No mercy for the defense as the cart makes its way around the second to last turn. Grav comes out from the defense. Reactionary Trance from Sad Reacts. And then the Mercy Valk comes out as well from the attack. A crazy pin from Lame Sauce Bot catches Beast in the making, but the res brings him right back to full power. Get 3 picks, 4 picks for the attack, and it looks like, yeah, there's the stragglers. They're gonna go ahead and force this through with a team kill. Take point 3, force the defense to set up shop on their spawn door. You see OBG set up on top here. He does have Barrage in his back pocket. It's coming online here in 3%, so be on the lookout for him to do some sort of crazy and wild backdoor flank. He's underneath right now. Yep. Misses the rocket boost, headbutts the ceiling, and he's going to go ahead and give his life for it. The Paranoia, recognizing they don't have their Pharah, is going to be forced to back up, but Polar pops Trance. May have been a little bit of a panic. The Grav comes out with Dragons, and that's a 3-piece right there. Polar gets dropped in the room over on the side. Kyojin caught out of position on the Soldier, and that leaves Half-Inch Hero all by his onesie standing in the middle of the street. So they're going to go ahead and clean this up. I believe Solstice has one last push here. They should be able to throw a body onto this point. Yeah, Lame Sauce Bot's going to get there. Shatter comes out, catches Reinhardt in the back, but OBG with the backdoor barrage drops 3, and that'll be all she wrote. Dragons across point, but can't contest with a dragon. Solstice looks super strong on point 1, but when it came to Streets phase, they never fully regrouped. They kind of just staggered themselves all the way through Streets. Had a big hold there on point 3, but I think using the Transcendence unnecessarily probably cost them. Paranoia, recognizing Trance was down, was able to throw the Grav, throw the Dragons, and just clean the whole thing up. So definitely something to work through, definitely something to recognize going forward. This is the preseason, so it's kind of what these are for. Help new teams kind of get used to playing with one another, understand it's different from playing ladder, but a lot of exciting gameplay left. Excited to see where these two teams go. Jester, man, why, if you're watching stream, why aren't you in chat helping me cast this, buddy? I know you know these teams. I know you know some of these guys. I have to get you in here with me sometime. I know you guys want to hear somebody other than just me rattle on for the whole time. Okay, so looks like the defense is going to set up in pretty much the same place. They do have a completely different comp, though. So they're going to run double sniper. This is pretty standard 2-2-2, but with the Widowmaker and the Hans, a Little Devil on the Widow, where he was just so devastating the first time around. The attack is also going to run their own Widowmaker, which makes a lot of sense. This first point especially is real strong. Kyojin just killing me, dog. So he's going to swap off the Widow and over to Genji. Polar running the friendly Widowmaker with Anna. Half-Inch Hero on the Pharah form. Raining Pills back on the Mercy with Logic. And Lame Sauce running Zarya, Reinhardt, respectively. Lame Sauce Bot's going to go ahead and push right through. He's going to take up a position on the right side of this statue, while Kyojin forces Widowmaker off the high ground. Trading Fire Strikes, Lame Sauce Bot does go down. Forces the attack to kind of back off. Whew. In the middle of doing that, Beast in the making, 50% to shatter off the first push. That's going to be huge. If he can get that shatter, oh my god, 65%. If he can charge the shatter quickly, he could pretty much just completely stagger this whole team. Yep. Big. Yep. Catches the shatter, pins in, drops the Ana. Yeah, misses the fire strike at the end to get a little bit of additional ult charge. But ult's starting to come online for both teams. Yeah, I see Polaire does have a nano boost for the attack. Kyojin's got 75% to Blade, so he should have that momentarily. Half-inch hero 85 to Barrage as well, so be on the lookout for that. Grav, really nowhere near. To be expected. It's only been a couple of minutes here. The defense does have both support ultimates, so Valk and Trance both online here. Nano comes out from lame sauce bot, and you hear the Valkyrie from the defense just to try and stabilize. Ooh, shatters right into right into the shield. Ults break out from both sides. You see the Barrage from Half-Inch Hero takes out 2, but then the Dragons from OBG helps kind of even the odds a little bit, taking out 2 of its own. Raven the Wolf's able to get the res off on Vex side, picks him up, and the 2 of them repel Kairiko on the Genji. Still no percentage points taken from this. Just that fact, still sitting on that Transcendence, and that's huge. If they're tracking ultimates, they know Kyojin's got Blade at this point. Oh no! He uses Trance to try and push back onto the point. We'll see if Kyojin is able to capitalize on it here. Blade comes out with the grab, and that's all she wrote right there. It's going to be the 3-piece. They're going to go ahead and pick up Raven on the leftovers, and they're going to take point 1 pretty quickly. Oof. Looks like... I can't see who it is back there. Somebody got long spawn from him. I think that might be the Mercy. Yeah, it is. So Raven the Wolf got long spawn. Rest of the team got short spawn. So they're going to be 5v6 on this first choke. Yeah, and they're going to do the right thing. They're going to just back up. They're going to go ahead and give that first corner. The attack does exactly what you want to see them do. They take up an aggressive position here. Oh, Half-Inch Hero caught out of position, does go down, trying to get back to his team. So it's going to be a pretty... They're going to have to use... Yeah, they invest the res. Go ahead and pick him back up. Back to full strength, 6v6, I say, as Lame Sauce goes down in the corner. Vex side, here at full charge, just starts to microwave down the opponent. Kill's starting to go the way of Paranoia here. And they're going to be able to stabilize on the point. Ooh, that's a big grab. Valk comes out from the attack, but the grab into the wall catches the Valkyrie and the rest of the team. Drops all 5. Looks like the Mercy and Valks able to get away, but just stops that attack dead in its tracks. 2 minutes, 20 seconds on the clock. Plenty of time for them to get through this archway and reclaim the payload. OBG is going to take up a position on the high ground here. Ooh. Deadeye comes out from Little Devil's going to go ahead and drop Raining Pills, who may have been a little bit out of position. The attack getting pushed back into their spawn here. The defense being super aggressive. Yeah. Little Devil, that's a one-on-one he does not want. Couple of swaps coming out here. Kyojin swaps off the Genji and over to the Junkrat. Little Devil on the longest flank known to man. Walk all the way around. Start raining in damage on the supports. Drops Raining Pills. Kills starting to come out for both teams here. Rez is going to go ahead and pick up the Reinhardt. Shatter catches Polaire in the back and then dies with the Fire Strike. May have been a Panic Dragons there. Half-Inch Hero throws Dragons down streets. Doesn't get anybody with it. And Kyojin just trying to get out with his life. Chased down by Vex side. So coming in here, they got about 50 seconds left, maybe 2 pushes if they do this decisively. A couple of ults online for the defense. They do have that Trance, which is so big, and they have Grab Dragons. Grab comes out. We'll see if the Dragons follows. There it is. And that's all she wrote. It's going to be a 5 right there. So the attack's going to just full regroup here. You see Polar just goes right back into spawn. Not trying to get picked. That's not necessarily a bad thing for them. Plenty of time left for the attack to have one final push, and all they really need to worry about is the Transcendence from Just Sad. If he is able to trance their attack here, then they may just shut this down in its tracks. By taking the high ground from the defense, they're able to force this thing through. Big tire from Kyojin, drops 2. High Noon from Lil Devil gets taken out by Kyojin again. Kyojin just fragging out, gets Raven the Wolf with the with the landmine. He just used tire, already back to 30%. Just Sad reacts, the only one left over here for the defense. Trying to peek a little bit. Payload chugging right along. Ooh. Spicy head dodge prevents him from going down to the one hit from that. Ooh, from the Hanzo. Kyojin loses his life to OPG, but OPG dies of the martyrdom grenades. And they just leave the payload. Oh, that's unfortunate. They were really mounting an attack there. It looked like they were starting to come back, and they just may have lost track of what they were trying to do there for a second. Forgot about the payload. Can't truly tell, but that's unfortunate. Shootang. Spicy grab dragons to close this one out. Whew. So Paranoia takes week 1, or excuse me, takes the first preseason week 3-0 from Solstice. But so a couple of takeaways here. I think Paranoia's been playing around with it, been playing together for a little while now. Solstice is a relatively new team joining the community, so they do have that, and I think it showed in a few points. There were a couple of times a little disjointed, used ults maybe when they didn't need to, but this is a team to watch. I think they've definitely got some playmakers. They've definitely got a couple of guys that can shine. So excited to see where they go. Thanks for joining me. I've been Swift63. This has been the Overwatch Xbox community. Week 1 of the preseason, Paranoia versus Solstice. If you're new here, there will be another game here at 9:30. Stick around, hang out. That one will be starting up here momentarily. Drop us a follow. Check out our Discord if you're not already involved. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And until next time, thanks.